Arguably one of, if not the most important resource in ESO are skill points. These will allow you to purchase active skills, morphs, and passives for your character. No matter what kind of content you enjoy, whether it be solo questing, group PvE, PvP, crafting, and more, there's a good chance that you'll want some skill points. So my name's Doc, and I'm here today to bring you a comprehensive guide on every source of skill points in ESO, as well as how you can track which skill points you do and don't have. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So we'll first start by talking about how we actually track which skill points we do and don't have. That way you can figure out which section in this video you may want to jump to. The easiest way to track skill points is through an add-on called Ulrich's Skill Point Finder, which you can see pictured on screen right now. This picture is actually not mine, but it's from a post that I found on Reddit while doing research for this video, and I think that it's a really cool accomplishment, so I'll link that post in the description if you want to go congratulate them. Ulrich's Skill Point Finder will track every source of skill points in the game, as well as how many you currently have and which ones you're missing on a particular character. This is an extremely helpful add-on that I use very frequently, as I'm a pretty big skill point connoisseur myself. I'm actually working on getting most of the skill points for each of my alt characters, and while that is a long journey, this add-on makes it so much quicker and easier. If you maybe don't have access to add-ons or choose not to use them at the time of watching this video, there is another way you can track them. While it may not be quite as easy as an add-on, the UESP wiki page does a good job at staying up to date on the latest sources of skill points. A lot of them are technically tied to specific achievements and quest completion, so as you read the wiki, you can check which achievements and quests you do or don't have completed. Again, while this method isn't quite as user-friendly as the add-on, it is a viable way of figuring it out. Next, I'd like to go through each section of the Skill Point Finder add-on and talk about each source of skill points and how to get them. And we'll be starting with the general section. These will be found from a wide variety of different sources throughout the game, so let's break each down individually. First, we have our character level. This is simple enough, and I'm sure everyone knows this one already. You'll get 64 total skill points by going from level 1 to 50. Nice, easy, and straightforward. Next is the main quest. And this is the actual main base game storyline that you start by simply entering one of the 3 Alliance starting cities, and it should prompt you to talk to the hooded figure, and following this quest line from start to finish will award you with 11 skill points. Next is the Folium Discognitum. I won't give you any spoilers, but I will say that if you follow the Mages Guild questline to the end, you'll eventually have an important choice to make. One of the choices you can make is to acquire the Folium Discognitum, a book which, upon reading it, will grant you 2 skill points. Please make a mental note here, or whatever you gotta do. These skill points are missable, meaning if you choose the other option during the quest, you are permanently locked out of these skill points on that character. Next is the tutorial. I don't have the most up-to-date information on this, as it's been a long time since I've actually done the tutorial, but I believe it goes something like this. If you created a character before the release of Morrowind in 2017, or you skipped the post-Morrowind tutorial, then you are locked out of this singular skill point. If you completed the tutorial after 2017, then you should have that skill point. Again, I don't know this with 100% certainty, so someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works as of the time of posting this video. Next is your Alliance War rank, and this one is also very simple and straightforward. It's just your PvP level. You go from rank 0 citizen all the way up to Grand Overlord grade 2. By the time you hit that final level, you'll have acquired 50 total skill points. Finally, we've got the Maelstrom Arena found in Hrothgar and the Infinite Archive found in Apocrypha. Completing the associated quest for both of these activities for the first time will each award you with 1 skill point. Okay, I know that was a lot, but I promise the rest of these will be much simpler, as the bulk of the rest of the skill points can be divided into only a few sections. In this section, we'll talk about public dungeons. While there are Skyshards found in public dungeons, and we'll get to those in a minute, this section is mainly going to be talking about something else that's found in public dungeons, but will award you with a skill point. That being the group event boss. In each zone, you can find 1 or 2 public dungeons, and scattered throughout these dungeons are several bosses. While most bosses are very straightforward and just spawn on a simple timer, there is one boss in each public dungeon that doesn't always follow that rule. These bosses, known as group event bosses, usually have a special criteria that need to be met in order to spawn them. It usually involves defeating a few waves of enemies before the boss spawns, but sometimes it can be a bit more complex, like a puzzle. Upon defeating said boss, you'll gain an achievement and a skill point. Finding these bosses usually aren't that difficult, but if you find yourself getting lost or stuck, there are plenty of add-ons or online resources that can help you locate them. Once you've defeated every group boss in the entire game, at the time of this video, you'll have gained 34 skill points. And next up in this section, we have a couple of the most popular ways of gathering skill points, that being zone quests and Skyshards. Let's start by talking about zone quests. These are the main storylines of each individual zone. They should be pretty easy to get started, but you can always use the zone exploration guide found in the in-game map to help you find your way to the next quest if you happen to get stuck. As you go through each of the zone quests in each zone, you'll gain skill points. Keep in mind, not every single quest will reward you with a skill point, but there are plenty to be found from doing this, and DLC zones tend to be pretty generous with how much they give you. By completing every single skill point related zone quest in the game, you'll net yourself an impressive 156 skill points as of the time of posting this video. And in this same section, we also have Skyshards. These little glowing crystals scattered throughout each zone are an excellent way of acquiring skill points. You can find them in various delves, public dungeons, and places in the overworld, and every time you collect 3, you'll gain a skill point. While that may not seem like much, you also need to remember that there are hundreds of Skyshards in the game, and they're actually considered to be among the fastest ways to get skill points as of right now. If you decide that you want to go collect every Skyshard in the game, as of the time of posting this video, you will gain a whopping 187 skill points. And finally, in our last section, we are going to be talking about group dungeon quests. Group dungeons are the 4-player dungeons that you can be matched with other players to complete on either normal or veteran difficulty with an optional hard mode. Think of places like Spindle Clutch or Fungal Grotto. These are group dungeons. You can matchmake into a random one for a daily reward, select specific ones to find teammates for, or even just walk into one by yourself via the front entrance. No matter how you enter one, you'll probably be met with a quest if you've never entered that particular dungeon on your current character before. The quests for group dungeons are usually very simple and basically just require you to complete the dungeon. I know, it's super difficult. After completing the dungeon and turning in that quest, one of the rewards you'll receive is a skill point. As of the release of Fallen Banners or Update 45, there are 56 group dungeons, meaning 56 dungeon quests, which means you can gain a total of 56 skill points from doing this method. And there we have it. That is every source of skill points in the Elder Scrolls Online. While there may be a few obscure skill points or unattainable ones that I forgot to mention, that should be the vast majority, and I mean vast majority, of every single skill point in the entire game. Please do, though, let me know if I did miss any, so anyone happening upon this video can find them or at least know that they existed. Also, talk to me about what your favorite skill point gathering method is. Whether you're a Skyshard hunter, a quester, or whatever else you like to do, let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Remember to subscribe and click on my link tree found below to follow me on stuff and join my Discord server. I've got a guide for the upcoming Gestures Festival event coming out later this week, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. I also want to take a moment to thank my Patreon members Dylan Stewart and Sharni Lee, as well as my YouTube member Austin Anderson. Thank you guys for your continued support, and I sincerely appreciate you. Finally, I think all I've got left to say is that I've been Doc. Take care of yourselves, be good to others, don't forget to turn in that group dungeon quest. Seriously, it happens a lot. I do it all the time. And I will catch y'all in the next one.